Now we're going to talk about the process. Now, when I talk about process, I, for instance, means that someone wants to order their own design from a factory and get the delivery and so on. We will give such example and talk around that. Some projects, some companies will have less with such processes, more repeat things going around their own, like the cafeteria who doing the same thing all the time, more or less. So here I will take example someone who want to order t-shirts, because I dealt a lot with that. So I know a lot of that. I had a factory for it and I have many startups for things like that. But it's also valid for other things that should be manufactured. You will learn from it, from the example of t-shirts to that. It will also have a lot of facts that is usable when you just want to order product from a company which is not a factory but someone like a wholesaler or something. To some extent it's also valid there, so you look at this even for that. And for everyone else, when you are buying things, and so there are some hints which you can use here. Otherwise just go through it lightly if this is less for you, but definitely if you need production or buying from things there. And we will also talk about import and other things. And the process parts here we are talking about is from someone who want to order t-shirts with their own design. So we'll first talk a few words about the design. Then we will come and talk about minimum, because that's a critical thing, where I have seen that too many startups, people who are not used to this type of business, they have totally misunderstood what minimum is and how it works. They don't understand when you need a factory, when you need a tailor, for instance, for making garments, and they don't understand how minimum can be so big and why it's important and what effect it has on price and so on. So we will have a special part of that. Then we will talk about ordering, the ordering process and how it works. And then we come to manufacturing, how it works in the factory and so on. And there is one main lecture there where you see it, and then I will show you what I have filmed from factory where we have, which is producing garments at different stages in the factory, so you can understand the process a bit better. After that we'll come talk about the transport, because when the thing has been produced they need to be transported, so we'll talk about that also. And finally in that part we'll talk about the arrival of the goods and the storage of them. What is happening when they come to you, and how do you, when you store, what should you think of. And as I said, we are talking about manufacturing. I will not talk much about the other things, but you understand that when you buy from a wholesaler, there will be similar things, only that you don't do design yourself, you just order something that's ready. And when we talk minimum, there will be minimum quantities that the wholesaler will give you. Minimum might be one piece, but it might be also be 1,000 pieces, depending on what it is you are buying. And if you are doing services and not dealing with products, then many parts of this is not super actual, but you can still get some hints there. For instance, you want to order a software for your company that you're going to sell, or your development software using a third party for that or something. This type of things, you can still get some ideas by listening to this. Then primarily go through the films, the lectures, and listen primarily.